Hey guys, just gaming here back again. So today we're gonna talk about overclocking. Sorry for the late video, but yesterday I couldn't make it promptly to upload the midweek madness for my channel on Wednesday. That is, it's not about Valentines or whatever, but I was so tired I couldn't come up with something to talk about or a topic. And also today my video is gonna come late. On this time I was recording this video. We had a kind of power problem in my place. Some long story. Even right now I'm so pissed about my place currently, but I don't want to talk about it. So we're gonna dive into the topic of today, that is overclocking. So most people like tinkering or tweaking their settings to suit them much better. That's what people over or see. So yeah, I'm currently using the 6600K from Intel. Decent CPU. It has 4 cores. You can oscillate the CPU from 3.5 turbo boost to 3.9 gigahertz. Also you can overclock it even to more than 4.0 gigahertz. But to my understanding, or to my expertise, or to what I've learned so far, is that there's some limit of where you can actually OC your CPU. It's not advisable at first. If you don't know what you're doing, you please, disclaimer, do not try this if you don't know what you're doing. You have to do your research well and know how much you can push your CPU. That's my first one. And second one is that this voids your warranty. But since my CPU I bought it from a third party, so I regard my warranty, because the CPUs, I didn't buy the CPU from the manufacturer or the vendor. So yeah, I can see my CPU to however I feel like seeing it to my pleasure. However, there was some few forums from, of course I googled it, and from Tech Guru, Tech Power, also from Tom Share Hardware. Most guys say that you can push this CPU to 4.9 or 4.8, but I think it's 4.10 to be exact. However, there's some risk to it. You can either reduce the spam life of the CPU, of which is not advisable if you're a long-term gamer like me, don't want to upgrade anytime soon. So right now the market is so fucked up. So yeah, you gotta maintain and preserve the current things you have with you till when the market is now stable and you can upgrade. That's a good idea. But as for me, I was able to OC to 4.4 gigahertz. However, I'm still thinking of to push it to 4.5 gigahertz, but I'm still kinda not quite sure if that's very viable for me to do that. My advice is, if you feel that you can push your GPU to that much, then well and good. If you feel like 3.9 gigahertz is good for you, stick to 2 turbo boost to 3.9. If you feel that whatever I'm telling you is not making sense, or 4.4 is still little for you to push it. Now I'm gonna show you how I did it and whatever. So be right back. Sorry. So as I was saying, that you should go and look for the latest BIOS for your current motherboard. As for my motherboard, the TAF series, it came with the stock or the BIOS that came from the manufacturer installed in. So I had to go and download it from the website. You can use a USB flash to update it via the BIOS, or you can just manually download it when the Windows is running, then when it's rebooting to install. But one question is, do not turn off or pray that there be no blackout or let's say hiyo siku KPC ikiamua tu kuzima tu switch eneo ulikuwa na install BIOS, that'll be a no for you. That'll be like bad for you, because you'll break your system and there's no going back to there. So you need to update your latest BIOS system for your current motherboard. This is my current and last update BIOS I got from the website. So yeah, this is where you see the magic, everything. The BIOS version, it is the CPU, the clock speed for the CPU, that's 3.5, my memory installed, 8 gigs, and its frequency goes to 2400 megahertz, which is better. Here you see the core voltage. I had put my CPU core voltage to 1.28, but I think okay, I'll come to explain why it has gone to 1.29, but that's the sweet spot. If you go 1.3, that's okay, that's dangerously, but if you go 1.4 or 1.5, that is extremely dangerous, and there you just burn out your CPU, so that's a big no. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that the voltage warning or whatever. Everything you can hear, you can see my SSD Kingston, my curvature for my fan, CPU fan, then the number installed of fans and inside my motherboard. And also we're going to talk about this extreme memory profile. These profiles are being made by Intel, which allows you to see a RAM, and also gives you detailed timings for voltage and everything. So instead of you tinkering your memory for your RAM, you can just come here and log in and just load in the profile, and that's it. If you don't want it, you can just come and disable it and go manually in and set it. So to go there to your tweaking monitor, you come here and click F7, then you come here, then we go to the AI tweaker. Now as you can see here, the target turbo CPU mode for frequency, I have set it to 4.4 megahertz there. The DRAM frequency, it has targeted to the maximum frequency for the RAM, that is 2400, and you can see the extreme memory profile has been loaded. So here it is, the block frequency. This is the times of how you're gonna multiply your CPU core ratio limit. So the number usually goes as 100. So if you put here 100, of which by settings is 100, you come to here CPU core ratio, you say sync all cores, then you put the number of ratio limit you want to put. You can put 45, you can put 46, 40, 41, 43, 47, wherever, until all sync to every core to 44 to 44. And then if you, as you can see, since I kept here 44, you can see over there it goes automatically to 4400 megahertz. That's the CPU speed I'm currently using. So if you go there, back down, of course with that kind of tweaking of the CPU, it means also you have to tweak the RAM, the CPU voltage, because if it is underpowered, the system will be buggy, crashing. Also, it will be like just freezing a lot. So you have to come and increase the voltage in order to juice that extra amount of gigahertz you have added to your CPU. As you can see, it was set to 1.29, and that's the XMP profile mode. So the CPU voltage override, as it has been mentioned, you come here and say go to manual mode. You put it to manual mode. Don't put it adaptive or offset. That is, especially adaptive, that's a very bad no to do, because imagine every time when, for example, if you're not using the CPU, the voltage the voltage is being monitored and dropped down by the motherboard, and then all of a sudden you're trying to intensively use the CPU, the power ramps up even more than is not even being needed. It's gonna short out your motherboard or your CPU. So it's a big no. It's better you put it at manual, then set it at your levels you want to. But as I've told you, the sweet spot is 1.8 1.8 1.93 1.3. That's the maximum. If you think that you want more juice for your CPU, that's the maximum. But if you go beyond there, it is okay, but you're kind of risking and reducing your lifespan of your CPU. So 1.29 is not a bad voltage, and that is very sharp. You're supposed to stick around. If you go beyond there, that's a big no-no. Okay, I'm going to talk about OC in my CPU. I don't know how much of DRAM and timings and whatever, but this is the current setting that XMP from asus has currently given me, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to do more research about timings and OC in the RAM, but this is how it looks like. So, and so far I really like the speed, so I don't mind about tinkering the RAM, even though if you want more stable CPU speeds, you have to sort of have you have to also see the RAM. So yeah, but I didn't know how to do it, so I just use the XMP. But people usually use the manual settings to input everything for themselves, but as for me, I just use the XMP, the extreme memory profiles. So I'm gonna log out. Let's quit everything since I already saved before, and let the Windows to log in. So I'm gonna put my password. So yeah, let me run Cinderbench. Okay, sorry for that. I hadn't mounted my external HDD, which at this current didn't have my. Okay, my current SSD doesn't have much space to handle all my software, so I have an external HDD which have my backup, games, music, and everything. So I didn't mounted it before, so I had to rush back and mount it. So you're gonna fire up Cinderbench and see how it performs. I had run it before, and I think I got a good score. Let me see which score it had saved earlier. There it is. 4 cores, 4 threads, 3.1. I had scored 714. Let's go to the taskbar manager. And performance. Right now it's idle. So we're gonna accept this real quick. Go to CPU over there and click run. We see how stable it is. Then you're gonna open up this window. This is how to show you if your overclock is stable, and if you finish up the rendering everything, your OC clock was good. But I am pretty sure that it ran and it was stable. I could game, I could render my videos, so everything is alright. Now I think on the last lap of rendering of this image, I hope I can get a better score since I'm not running anything on the background. Okay, that was a little bit slow. Now it's at 100%. Oh boy. Okay, come on, you can do it. Yes. There, it's done. 100%. The memory was 1%. Okay. Wow, just dropped. Okay, that's weird. Anyways, I think maybe there was some background noise, background processes in my task, or the thermal paste is going down, because this is the first test I did. It had 714 points. So yeah, this okay. Anyway, this is how this will show you that your CPU is stable, your overclock was nice, and that's it. So moving on. So that's it, guys. That's a short brief explanation of what OC means to those beginners and those amateurs like us or me. Yeah, it was, at first was my kind of weird thing for me to do, like seeing my CPU, because I've never done it before. I've never even occurred to own overclockable CPU. Okay, however, I wanted to go the Ryzen way, because all Ryzen chips are overclockable as long as you've got a B350 motherboard or a 370 motherboard. But one thing led to another. I couldn't get a Ryzen board and a processor for the right price, so I switched back to Intel, to the Z270 motherboard. I've had many complaints, people saying that okay, the Skylake CPU from Core 6600K is shitty, but to my experience, I don't know about gaming, but to my experience of rendering videos, that CPU has done marvelous job for me. Even these videos I'm trying to record and editing, I use Adobe and render with this same CPU with that config and settings. So yeah, that's it for today. So I'll link some few links to some few channels that I saw guys overclocking that CPU, or some related materials that you can go and research and know what to do, what not to do. Of course, yeah. And also one thing, OSIN means you have to have a decent cooling solution. So it's either you go AIO, that is all-in-one liquid cooling solution, or a custom loop, or a nice huge heatsink like from Cooler Master, Cryrog, CPU coolers. What is this one? Is this an Noctua? I guess Noctua. Noctua cool CPU coolers. Those huge monsters heatsinks. Those are pretty nice. You can use them to OC. But if a guy like me want more basic and more cooling solution, you can go for the AIO or custom loop. I'm not much of a guru to go custom loop, but I hope one day I'll be able to custom loop, which though is very expensive for me, and also is very technical, because if you fuck up, you fuck up good. So that's it for today. I'm really tired and exhausted, and also I'm really bored with my place of staying. It has been a long day for me, and I'm really exhausted right now. So thank you for keeping up with me. Keep on subscribing, and also again to the 55th or 60th subscriber, there'll be a surprise. Please rest assured, I'll be watching my monitor. That guy will reach the 55th or the 6th, to show that I really care for you. I really care for my viewers, and I really so much want you guys to continue subscribing, even telling your friends and wherever. Even this will be like a boost to those guys who cannot face camera like me and talk. I love tech. I can talk tech for ages. Even guys know that. Even my friends have come to my place and see that I'm a nerd. So I'm not that much of a nerd to explain myself, but I know what I do, or what I see, what I comprehend or listen or whatever. I know how to do it, and I like talking about it. I'm not much expound onto some few deep topics, but I happen to know one or two, so I talk it out and tell people. So I need support, and also I'm giving support to those newcomers or those guys who have no courage. Please, this is a very nice platform for guys to express what they like or feel like they're doing best into YouTube. So don't be afraid. Or seeing overclocking is good. Also, I want to have more courage to see even much better speeds. So enough for my rambling. I wanna log off. So take care, guys, and the weekend is here. Stay safe.